Today's video, we're going to talk about 5 steps to reconnect with your partner after 50. It's a follow-up video to Thursdays, and I'll leave a link at the end of this video to it if you'd like to watch it, where I'm going to use the analogy of a house being like a relationship. And the most important part of a house is the foundation. And the same thing can be said about a relationship. Foundation has to be firm. So with that analogy, step 1 is you need to have a one-on-one conversation with your partner. An open conversation, almost soul-bearing. Maybe there might be painful things you need to bring up, but it has to be open and honest. And it has to be in a communication style where you're not arguing. It needs to be a calm conversation, and you need to remain calm. People quite often think that talking is the most important thing. Personally, I think it's listening. Humans have a bad habit second-guessing what the person's going to say, so they don't really listen to what the person is actually saying. And that is the art of listening. Communication is absolutely crucial in step 1, because this is the inspection of your relationship. And at this point, it will determine whether you even go on to step 2. Because it may be that you discover that there is nothing there. And at that point, you really need to make the right decisions with regards to what you both do. Because as I always say, happiness is so important. If neither of you are happy in a relationship, then there's absolutely no reason to stay in it. I always say life is not a rehearsal. This is the real deal. So you got to make the most of it. Now, if you clear that hurdle, we're going to go on to step number 2. We're going to look at revisiting the original blueprint of your relationship. And that might be taking the form of perhaps going somewhere where you first met, or going to a place that brings back happy memories of a good time when things were rosy. You know, relationships always start off with that initial excitement that we all experience and love. But that can't go on forever. And then we go into the honeymoon period. And then we have children and life has its way. But go back, revisit a place that was special to you, perhaps when you first met, and try and relive those moments of happiness. Maybe it might bring back a little bit of a spark. But in this situation, you can't always be looking back. As I mentioned in Thursday's video, individuals, we grow through life, and that is evolution of ourselves. I am not the same person that I was 20 years ago. I've learned more, I've changed, maybe little bits at a time, but over that time, maybe I've changed quite a bit. And it's important in a relationship that you also grow together. The next 3 steps are really going to be focusing on moving forward. And the first step would be to do activities together. Find something that you enjoy doing together. And it may be traveling. You may have always wanted to learn a language, perhaps to help you with traveling. It could be arts and crafts. It could be anything. You know, maybe you just enjoy going to see a game. But find something that you both enjoy, that you can both do together. And by doing things together is significantly going to help. Or it's going to completely break the relationship altogether. Maybe find one thing that you both really enjoy. And it has to be something that you both enjoy. You can't be doing something because your partner wants to do it. Now, in Thursday's video, I talked about intimacy and how after 20 years of having the kids at home, your careers and everything that goes into life, which can be very hectic, you lose that intimacy with your partner. And sometimes it can be difficult to get back into the swing of things, if you excuse the pun. But it's important that you do try. And I would suggest taking small steps at first. Simple gestures like holding hands when you're out together, giving each other a kiss on the cheek, or maybe having a longer hug than you'd usually have. But make those small steps, because over time that will build, and that will build momentum, and it could help possibly bring you closer together intimately. Intimacy, sex, is important in any relationship. It's very much of the physical manifestation of a relationship. It's easy to fall out of the habit, you know, making excuses for yourselves like, oh, we did that when we were younger, kind of thing. Now, it may also be that maybe you just don't feel the love for that person anymore, that you even want to have intimacy. But try the small steps first and see how that goes. Now, following on from activities and finding an activity that you both enjoy, look at the larger picture, life. Depending on where you are in life and your age and your careers, look at goals that you both have, something you both share. And it could be, perhaps you want to retire in Florida, where I am at the moment. Or you could be wanting to go to Scotland or Ireland or somewhere. Or it could be as simple as, taking up golf together. The idea is to really try and find a goal, a dream that you both share, that you both want to attain in life, whatever that may be. And talk about how you're going to do it. I always find if I have an idea about something I want to do, I'll do research on it, find out information about whatever it is. Because I find that if I do that, it actually gets me more excited about it. Whereas if I just think about it and never actually research it, I don't. It always just remains a thought. Now, it doesn't mean I have to act on my research, but it gets me in that mindset. And maybe that's what you need to do first initially, is work out what your goal is, look into different things together. And then once you find what it is, or an idea of what it is you want to do, start talking and planning, researching. Just that activity alone will hopefully bring more excitement in life. Now, all of these steps obviously are dependent on whether you pass the foundation inspection. And that's why that's the first thing you must do. And the important thing, again, is to be honest and open. It may be painful. You may have to say things that are painful. But it's far better to get those things out in the open and talk about it. You've probably been together 20 or 30 years. You probably know pretty much everything that there is about your partner. And maybe there are a few things you don't. But have that open conversation and get the ball rolling. It's really important. And if you pass the foundation inspection, carry on. Start working on the rest of the house and your dream. I'm Max. If you like this video, please subscribe and like it. Leave a comment in the comment section down below and let me know your thoughts and also any ideas that you may have. Until the next time, cheers.